Today, we're going to talk about a new path to parenting. One that really tries to leave behind all that stress and the power struggles, and instead leads to a calmer, more meaningful connection with our kids. So let's get into it.
Does this question right here hit home for you? If you feel like you're stuck in this cycle of arguments and just constant frustration, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to explore how we can break that cycle and build a much more harmonious family life.
That feeling is so universal. This quote from a parent, Mamta, just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? Trying everything under the sun and still feeling like you're somehow getting it wrong. It's a huge sign that maybe the old rulebook just doesn't work anymore.
So, let's just start by acknowledging this challenge head-on. The pressure and the stress that come with being a parent today are very, very real. It's not just you, it's not in your head, it is a shared experience for so many of us.
And get this, it's not just a feeling of being overwhelmed. Experts have now recognized that parenting stress is so widespread, it's actually considered a public health concern. So yeah, that feeling you have, it's a serious, recognized issue. And this is probably what that stress looks like day to day, right? The yelling, the frustration, the defiant behaviors that can feel so personal. Those daily power struggles over the smallest things, and then that slow, creeping feeling of being disconnected from your own child. It's just this exhausting cycle of arguments and lectures that leaves everybody feeling completely drained.
But what if there's a different way? There is, and it involves a huge shift in how we think about things, moving our focus away from trying to control behavior and toward building a real, genuine connection.
This quote from parenting coach Siddhika Goenka just says it all. It's so simple, but so powerful. It's a call to action, really. It suggests that the solution to all the yelling isn't more discipline, it's more connection. It's all about changing our main goal.
And you can really see the difference laid out here. On one side, you've got the old reactive approach. Control, punishment, trying to manage behavior. But on the other side, there's this new intentional approach. Connection, understanding, calm communication. We stop seeing ourselves as managers of behavior and start seeing ourselves as nurturers of our child's amazing potential.
So why does this shift actually work so well? Well, it's not just some feel-good philosophy. It's actually rooted in science. When we understand how a child's brain develops, it gives us this incredible roadmap for how to guide them effectively. People often call it neuroscience-based parenting, but to put it simply, it just means using what we know about brain science to create an environment where a child feels emotionally safe. Because here's the thing, when a child's brain feels safe, it's literally wired for growth and connection, not for fighting or shutting down. In all of this, it really boils down to one crucial shift: learning to respond instead of just reacting. See, a reaction is driven by our own emotions in the heat of the moment, but a response? That's a conscious choice grounded in understanding and in our long-term goals for our child. So what does that actually look like? Well, it means when your child acts out, your first question isn't, how do I make this stop? Instead, it's, okay, what is my child trying to tell me right now? What's the unmet need or the big feeling behind this action? Trust me, thinking that way is a total game changer. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? I get it. Let's dig into some practical tools and steps you can start using right away to create a calmer, more connected home. Here's a pretty simple 3-step framework to start with. First, decode the why we just talked about. Always look for the feeling behind the action. Second, reframe what you might see as a weakness. Is it really stubbornness or is it determination? Are they arguing or are they practicing their debate skills? It totally reframes how you see them. And third, be intentional with connection. You would be absolutely amazed what just 10 focused minutes a day can do to transform a relationship. Of course, how you communicate is just huge. This means discipline that teaches but never shames or criticizes. It means realizing that you have to be calm first to help your child find their own calm. And it's about letting go of the guilt and the endless lectures so that you can actually help them build their own internal guide for making good choices. So, what's the ultimate reward for making this big shift? What's the payoff? Well, it's not just about having a quieter house today. It's so much bigger than that. This quote from Chaitrani, another parent, really gets to the heart of it. This journey, it transforms you, the parent. You get to let go of this impossible standard of being perfect, and instead embrace something way more powerful, being a peaceful, present parent. That shift in you is probably the greatest gift you can give your child. Because that's the real goal, right? To build a home that feels like a safe harbor for everyone inside, a place where joy and harmony have more room to grow than conflict and stress.
And from that kind of foundation, we raise kids who aren't just well-behaved, but who are truly thriving. Children who are happy, confident, and emotionally strong. Kids who are self-assured, grounded in who they are, and resilient enough to handle whatever life is going to throw at them.
So, to wrap it all up, if there's one thing to take away, it's this. Parenting isn't about control. It's about connection. When you make connection your main goal, so many of those daily battles just fall away.
And that brings us to a final thought for you to take with you. Instead of thinking about all the things you need to do differently, just think about this. What is one single conversation you can change today? What's one interaction where you can focus on connection instead of correction? Because that, right there, that's where it all begins.